Hi first grade, it's Mr. Berkey. I'm really excited to show you how to log into Google Classroom. Now, the first step that you will need to take, when you are on your iPad or your Chromebook, you will need to go up and open a tab on Google. The way you will do this is by clicking on the Google application. If you have an iPad, you will need to click on Google, okay? You all should have Google Chrome on your iPads, so that is how you will get in. If you do not have Google Chrome, you will click on Google Classroom. There is a picture. I can show you what the picture looks like. The picture for Google Classroom looks like this, and that picture should be what your app looks like. So scroll through on your iPad and try and find that app. Once you're on Google Classroom, or if you are on your Chromebook, you will need to follow these steps. Now, for Google Classroom, it will be different. For me, on a Chromebook, it's going to be like this. I will need to click Add Another Account. Okay? On Google Classroom, you should already be signed in from last year. If not, you will need to sign in using your username and password that the first grade team will be emailing out to parents. So we're adding. I'm going to click Use Another Account. That is my username. I don't want that. I'm going to use Kamora's. Very excited. Thank you for letting me use yours. So I will enter in her email. The way that we will be able to find that is by going to, sorry there are a lot of tabs right now, but going to the thing that we sent to you. Right here is Jewel Allen's. You will all get this in your email, and it will have our username and password information for our different websites. Now I'm going to come here. I'm going to click Next. You will also see the same kind of thing on an iPad if you are just signing into Google Classroom for the same time. Then you will enter in your password. I didn't need to type in the numbers, but please, 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 this is something that my third graders last year really struggled with. Make sure your numbers are correct. You will also need a parent's help when you sign in for the first time because some of the numbers and symbols are difficult to use. An @ sign is made in a special way on an iPad and on a Chromebook keyboard. Please ask your parents or your guardians for help. Moving on, I will click Next. I will click Accept. Then I am logged in on my Chromebook. You will just automatically be taken to the Google Classroom page on your iPad once you have entered in that information. Then what you will need to do, you will need to click Google Apps if you are on a Chromebook. If you are on an iPad, you will see a different screen. I will get to you in 1 second, I promise. On your Chromebook, you will click on Classroom, just like how I clicked. This is the screen you will see when you log in on your iPad. You will need to click Continue. You will need to click I am a student. Then you will need to click Join because you're in first grade University of Chicago with me, Mr. Berkey, and somebody else. Her name is Miss Miner. You'll get to see a little bit more about her. You'll need to click the Join button just like Mr. Berkey did, and then you are on the page. You will see some little pop-ups like this. Again, if you are on an iPad, you should see the same thing. You will need to click Got it. Then what do? You will need to come up and click Classwork. There will be lots of different prompts here. It will be a little bit confusing. Take a deep breath with me. Let it all out. Remember, if you get stumped or tricked or anything is confusing, give me a call at 765-586-2097. You will then need to click Got it. Now, you have some really important learning materials and some really important things up here. Now, Mr. Berkey, Miss Miner, and Miss Miner are working on developing UC's Google Classroom right now, so it's not totally finished. You will see a schedule here. You see how there's morning meeting listed? What you will click morning meeting. You will click launch Zoom meeting, and it will take you to the Zoom meeting. You will then need to click open Zoom meeting. If you have an iPad, you will need to download the Zoom app. It should already be downloaded for you by Miss Garbo, who is in charge of our operations. So you will just click this link, and then it will take you to the Zoom meeting. You will then be able to access it, it will probably come up. It will come up with this, and you will be ready to go. I am not going to save the meeting. Sorry, there are a lot of things you're seeing right now. Please ignore all of those pop-ups. Once you are done with the Zoom meeting, you will need to look at what comes next on our schedule. After our morning meeting for our first couple of days will be math. Very, very excited for math. Woo! We might even do a brain break before math. Super fun. You will see it. You will need to take your bathroom break, get a drink of water if you need to, then come back at the time. You see how the time for morning meeting says 8:30? That is the time that you need to be on your computer ready to go. We will be going over the expectations for morning meeting later. Right now, you just need to log in just like I showed you. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Have a great rest of your day, and I cannot wait to see all of your bright shining faces at 8:30 a.m. on September 1st on our first ever Zoom meeting. I am so excited for this year. I hope you are too. Bye-bye.